everybody, and welcome to Daybreak After Dark Podcast, the coast-to-coast edition, I guess we can say. My name is Andy, and I'm going to be taking over some of the co-hosting responsibilities for Daybreak After Dark Podcast, including our guest interviews from all around the country. And today I have the awesome, the amazing Bud Philbrick. How's it going, Bud?
It's going great. Just getting ready for winter over here.
Already?
It's going to come down.
Now, Bud, I'm over here in Minnesota, so I know all about winter. And you are in Maine, is that right?
That's right.
I mean, I know that. I just don't know how many other people in the group know that. Bud hails from Maine. What part of Maine?
Little town called Durham. It's pretty much in the south central part of the state. 2 hours north of Boston.
2 hours north of Boston. Boston's not even in Maine.
True, but it's the only thing people know.
Gotcha. I mean, that's convenient. 2 hours of Boston. So what's the record store deal out in your area, in your neck of the woods? You got a lot of record stores that you get to go to? Some cool ones in your area? Or do you have to kind of do some driving and mostly do some of your stuff online?
All of the above. Locally, there are some small shops in Maine. Portland, Maine has a little following there. But there's one chain called Bull Moose, and they're throughout the state.
Oh, cool.
And I steal from them all.
So
when I mean steal is I buy cheap.
Yes, which is the best way to buy vinyl. So I know even when we went to Utah together this last year, Bud is awesome at going through a pile of records after you, knowing what you're looking for, and then him nudging you after you just went through there and be like, hey, weren't you looking for this? Yeah, man, how did I miss that? Well, here you go. Here it is. So where do you get that keen nose for finding everything? Or have you been going through records a lot and just kind of know what you're looking for? Or how are you so damn good at what you do, Bud?
Well, I'm sure there's somebody better. You know, if you get something that's really strange or new, I struggle.
What's the most strangest record that you've picked up, purchased, and absolutely loved that we need to know about? We need to get our finger on the pulse on.
Oh, God, that's a tough question. Because it changes all the time.
It does. It's like, who's your favorite kid? Well, I know my kids are ranked, so I don't have a favorite, but I do have a number one and number two at any given time.
Yeah. Well, I definitely have favorite people, and that changes on the moment.
Yep.
But I think probably the most recent thing, and people that are around me a lot are getting tired of hearing it, is that Latin jazz is my new thing.
Yes.
I picked up an album by Lalo Schifrin. It's called the New Modern Bossa Nova. Came out in '62, so not so new. Really, really cool.
Well, you were out in Utah. You found something along that same lines, right?
Yeah, a couple of them.
I remember one in particular that you weren't happy about because Brooke used it for I think the cookie spinner, I think, or what record was that? Do you remember?
I don't remember what record, but I remember it was like a 50s or 60s press, and it was red vinyl.
Yep.
That right there makes it valuable.
I know she came downstairs and you're like, I would have bought this from you. And she's like, I'm just using it for this craft item or something. Like,
I have a lot of records behind me that people would say, that's good for a coaster. I don't listen to much mainstream.
Yep.
So it's, a lot of people would be lost in my collection.
Well, it's still going to be fun. I mean, I think that's why record collecting is so fun, is I can go through my stuff and find stuff that I've purchased that I forgot about, pull it off the shelf, throw it on. I mean, how often are you just kind of going through your own stuff and you are like, I don't know where this came from. I don't know what it's doing here, but I'm going to throw it on and, rock around the house for a little bit.
Yeah, and that's not nearly as frustrating as when it's, "Where did that go?"
Yep.
I lose more stuff, or I think I bought it and I didn't, or the other way.
Nice. So how many records do you suppose are in your collection right now? Or according to Discogs, how many records do you have in your collection?
In Discogs, I have just under 3,000.
Oh, wow.
Reality, with what I have for sale, 5,000.
Jeez.
Yeah.
So
There's a
yeah,
lot back here.
there might be a
There's
few
another whole
coasters in
room.
there. So you have a whole room
Oh, yeah.
full of records.
Yeah, this is wall to wall behind.
Oh, geez.
And then there's a second room that's just boxes.
Oh, man. So I can almost say my whole room is full of records, but this is the smallest room in the house. So might be on the same level there,
Yeah, it's half the basement,
Oh, geez. Awesome. How many record
the
players you
whole
got?
side. I don't know, 7,
Oh,
10.
all hooked up, ready to rock?
No, 2 that I use all the time.
Okay.
One upstairs, one down here.
Perfect. Perfect.
But, yeah, I've got equipment, 12, 14 sets of speakers, you name it. It's down here.
So not only you're buying records, but you're also buying all the equipment as well. Anytime you're out and about, find something nice, pick it up as well.
Less so now,
Okay.
uh, trying to downsize, but, sometimes I can't help it.
I mean, it's not a bad problem to have. There's way worse vices that you could have.
Yeah, I used to have those.
Traded them in for records. I mean, that works. So with 5,000 records sitting behind you, do you remember your very first? Which one got you kicked off?
I knew you were gonna ask me that. Thing is, I probably don't have it,
Okay.
you know? I'm one of those guys who got rid of a lot of stuff and then came back,
Yep.
but it was probably, I'm gonna guess, one of 2. It was either Scary Spooky Stories or Dick Clark's
Ooh.
Rock Around the Clock. It was like a, compilation of the Dick Clark Show.
Yep. We were talking out in Utah about our first records, and I mentioned the Smurfs. One of my first records was I think it was like the best. You found it. I don't know how, but you found it online. Yeah, like the best of the Smurfs. And now I'm going to task you, since now we're on video evidence. Find me that
Oh,
record. Come on, Greyhound.
oh, well, I know it exists
It does
because we found,
exist. Yep. Yep.
but, finding you a good copy.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to task you with that. So by the time this
Oh,
podcast rolls out, I can almost guarantee you that Bud's going to text me and be like, "Hey, Andy, I found it for you."
well, especially if you put it like that.
We'll see what happens. So, of course, with music and all that fun stuff that comes with collecting vinyl, live shows comes in as well. And we were talking a couple times now about different shows that you've seen. Tell us about like your favorite concert experience. I'm not going to say your first concert experience, but your favorite one. Look back. I'm sure you've seen many awesome shows. What one stands out when you're asked that question? What's your favorite concert experience?
God, it's, when I leave most concerts, I'm like, wow, that's about the best I've seen in a long time. But reality is, you're caught in the moment, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, Probably one of the best shows I ever saw, based on who it was and where it was REM in Berlin, Germany,
Wow.
1988, in a club. They were playing 500 people, maybe.
Really?
Yeah, they were just breaking,
Okay.
and we got lucky. Guy I was with, he knew who they were, and we got into this club. It was great.
Very
I
cool.
saw him. I saw him like a year after that. It was huge.
That'd be pretty awesome. See, I don't even have a cool story like that.
Yeah. you know, being in Germany as an 18-year-old and living over there for 4 years. I was in the military and then I got out.
Okay.
I stayed over for a little bit and, you could see a lot of music. Europe is so much easier for these bands to tour.
Yep.
They do it all the time.
Yep. So it's like a 45-minute trip between stops. Unlike here where
Yeah.
it's 4 hours to get from one side of Texas to the other side of Texas.
Yeah, and they got great train system,
Yep.
you know, and have had for a long. So it's cool.
I wonder if that's why most European bands, like, I mean, look back in time, the Beatles, Queen, Elton John, all those guys are mega hit, popular. I wonder if their touring schedule has anything to do with it.
Probably a little bit. I mean, the bands that lasted, the Who. I mean, God, have they ever stopped touring?
Right.
Would they please stop?
Any day
I
now.
love the Who,
Any day now.
but yeah, I mean, they could tour all those countries, right? So they became big in several countries without ever leaving the continent.
Right.
That helped.
Right. Yeah. Not having to get on that bus. Like you said, just throw the stuff on the train, go to the next stop, set up again, sleep in the back. You're
You're a
back
whole
on
different
stage.
sometime.
Very cool. So before the show started, we were talking about AI music. What are your takes on AI music and where all that is going?
Well, there's a part of me that gets nervous about it or scared about it because I think it's a certain amount of catfishing. If you put out a song and we all fall in love with it and we all say, this guy is great, and then he's not real.
Right. It's AI
It's
the
a
whole
little bit
time.
of that.
I feel like that started more with autotune. I think they've been catfishing us for years with autotune. Especially like early 2000s pop stars, you would get their albums and then you'd go to a concert and they would just sound like complete ass. So I feel like catfishing has been happening in the music industry for quite some time already.
Yeah, I mean, that's a great answer. Because they've been doing effects on vocals as long as they've been doing music.
Yeah.
So in a way, you're right. It just seems like every bit more, it's like, oh, you're deceiving us.
Hmm.
But at the same time, based on little things that we've seen and heard, it's also very cool.
Right.
I'm not going to be the guy and say, oh, I wouldn't use it because I would. Yeah, I would definitely do it. But you think about it, all these like Christmases, birthdays, anniversaries, you
Mhm.
could see how creative you could be, very easily.
So, you can like basically throw in your own lyrics, which I'm excited for because you mentioned that you're a poet by nature. And we might hear some Bud Philbrick original songs thanks to AI.
Definitely. It's a lot easier to do it that way than it is to take your shy self out and find a band. You
Right?
know, uh, I'm probably not going to do that. So there's a better chance that I might get into the AI thing. And, I don't like the term poet because poetry is boring. But words, wordsmith, word man,
Lyricist.
yeah, even that's a little too fancy
Okay.
for what
Okay.
I am. Verbose is what I am. In other words, I don't shut up.
So we just need to find you an Elton John. You can be
I look like Elton.
you got your glasses fixed. I
I
just
did.
just noticed
I
that.
found the screw.
There you go. So what else is going on in Bud's life? What are you up to? Now that you're back from Utah, you have a stack of records that are being delivered from Utah or have been delivered, I should say. What's going on with you? What you been up to?
Not much. I'm working a little bit, a couple days a week. Between that and hanging around the house, getting ready for winter, get my snowblower ready, get my generator ready.
It is September though. You seriously got your snowblower out already?
Oh yeah,
Oh man,
yeah, yeah.
you're making
I
me feel
mean,
like a slacker.
I don't know that I'll need it, but I wanted to put them all away,
Right.
so I just move them around.
That makes sense. Makes
Yeah,
sense.
yeah. So I've been doing that, and my dad's got some health issues, so I've been taking care of him a little bit. Just normal life.
Normal life. That's all good. How's Ginny doing?
She's good. She's good. Back to work. Uh, her parents just came back from Florida, so we've been taking care of their house.
Cool.
Good stuff.
So Ginny's into like the murder mystery crime stuff. Has she read the books I've sent her? Is she ready for the Glen Sheen Mansion?
Yeah. Oh yeah. And I'm sure she's read the books. I didn't. I didn't know that, but I wouldn't. Um, so yeah, she is all about that stuff. It's like so easy for me to pick a movie because all
Mhm.
I got to do is pick a murder mystery kind of movie.
You're
We're all
set.
set.
You're set.
Yeah, it's better than chick flicks. I mean, it really works out.
Very nice.
What was it you guys? Bracky
Mhm.
had this thing about what are your front to back
Oh
records
yeah,
or cover to cover.
absolutely. Yeah. Let's
I've
segue into that.
I've got
So
some props here.
you got props. All right. So Bud brought us some props in the last podcast that I was on. We talked about your favorite cover to cover album. So the albums that you would listen from front to back, flip it, and then listen to it from front to back again. And Mr. Bud says he's got some props for us. So take it away. I'm going to sit back and
So
listen. You got it from here.
so we were having that conversation, and it came up a couple of times,
Mhm.
and then you guys talked about. So I decided I would think about that, and during my time thinking about it, I came up with a few albums. This one, Wilco Yankee
Oh,
Hotel Foxtrot. This album I've listened to millions of times. I am a big Wilco fan. So therefore, this is like their, best record,
mhm.
in my opinion. So I love that one. This album here, The Police, Zenyatta Mandata. The album that spun the least amount of hits. Yeah, so The Police, Zenyatta Mandata. It's an album I had when I was a kid. It's my favorite album by them. And it doesn't have any hits on it
Okay.
compared to all their other albums. But it's just good from start to finish. Just awesome uh, punk, reggae, real good stuff.
So whereabouts in the Police discography does that one land?
I think it's their third album.
Okay.
No, fourth.
Fourth. Okay.
And they had five.
So towards the end. Okay.
They had six. It was a fourth out of six.
Okay.
Yeah. So towards the end. But it was when they really adapted their sound.
Okay.
The first three albums were really more punk, which was great. But then they really brought in like a world music, like really tribal stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Really great. Stuart Copeland, the drummer, unbelievable.
I must say, I don't think I've ever listened to the Police besides what they've played on the radio, and I feel like I'm missing out.
Well, yeah, I would too. Because I tend not to like the hits
Okay.
that much compared to the other stuff.
So you're the kind of guy that would like prefer the deep tracks. What is it? Sirius XM deep tracks station.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, some bands. Don't get me wrong. That's all I want to hear.
Mm-hmm.
Not with that band. Yeah. This is another one I love. Is John Hyatt. It's called "Bring the Family." This album came out when I was going through a lot of depression, and I was kind of in a down period of my life.
Mm-hmm.
And this is all about redemption. This guy was kind of a failed career, and he had a battle with booze. Had to get out, quit the booze, and his first wife killed herself.
Oh, geez.
And this is the album he wrote when he found love again
Hmm.
and started over and started having a family. Excellent record. Famous for a song called Thing Called Love,
Okay.
covered by Bonnie Raitt. So that's a good one. So, I've got a lot of these, but I'm going to skip a few
That's fine.
just because I don't want to hog the whole time doing this. So we'll skip over to reggae because I'm a big reggae head. Peter Tosh, Legalize It. This right here is just an awesome record. Peter Tosh was in Bob Marley and the Wailers.
Okay.
In their early years, he and Bob switched off, and then Bob just became huge. But Peter was great in his own right. I prefer Peter Tosh to most anybody.
Is he
Love
sitting in a field of
Yeah,
green stuff?
yeah, yeah.
In no
That's-
way this
this-
is a political statement by Bud.
No, not at all. Legalize it, man.
Legalize it, man. So way we do it.
And lastly, the blues, T-Bone Walker. T-Bone Walker, look at this guy. How can that not be good?
Right?
Holy cow. The great blues vocals and guitar. This guy, if you haven't heard of him, run to your record store.
Run and find
Demand
some
it.
T-Bone Walker.
T-Bone Walker is the best.
I think I dated a girl in high school who had that nickname.
Yeah, probably for good reason.
Very cool. So, besides all of those that you listen to cover, what do you think? I mean, it's hard when somebody has 5,000 records, but what's the one album that you keep going back to? Like, what's the one album that is kind of like on your yearly playlist?
Well, I listen to an average of 5 records a day
Okay. Yep.
for probably a good 200 days a year. So I listen to about 1,000 records a year.
So
I'm
that's
guessing.
a fifth of your collection.
Yeah. So that's just not right. But I would have to say those that I just showed, that whole group,
Yep.
along with stuff like John Prine, Elvis Costello.
Okay.
I have everything he's ever done. So I listen to him a lot.
Okay. Very nice.
Albert King. The Waterboys, Irish group.
Ooh.
This is a traditional Irish album. They don't always do. They're a rock band.
So traditional Irish albums, those are the ones that spin the other way, right?
Correct.
So
It's
what makes that
funny you mention
traditional?
that.
Or are you talking like the music sound or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll get a little closer here. You can see they're playing like accordions and all that
Mandolin. Yep.
stuff. Yeah, and a lot of the album is traditional songs. So they did like 2 or 3 of these,
Okay.
but they also do rock and some of it's country. They're just a really cool band. They came up, I think they started in 82, 83, and still going.
The Waterboys.
The Waterboys.
Bobby Boucher is the lead singer.
That's right. Mama on the drums.
Mom on the drums. Yeah. Vicky Valancourt playing the banjos.
That'd be a different band. But I'd go see it.
I'd go see it. Absolutely.
Mama says.
Mama says gays wouldn't be so ornery if they didn't have so many teeth and not a dentist.
That's right. Oh boy.
Have you seen any good movies lately? I mean, you said it's easy to pick a movie with Ginny, but what do you got on the movie front?
Well, I watched a movie last weekend called Eddington. Came out this summer. Walking Phoenix
Okay.
and some other dude. Terrible. It was supposed to be like a modern day Western
Yep.
set during COVID.
Oh, jeez.
And the sheriff and the mayor go at it over everything, including the COVID stuff.
Gotcha.
And they end up having quite a battle. But it was more aggravating than it was fun to watch. So that not a good review.
Not a good review. All right. So if you're watching this, do not see Eddington.
Eddington. Or do.
Or
Because
yeah.
I may have terrible taste.
So I had a similar experience. I saw the movie. So this just shows you how two different ends of the spectrum you and I are. So I saw Paddington the other day. You know, the little bear who likes marmalade sandwiches. Yeah, I thought it was the same thing. It was a horrible experience. Don't see Paddington.
Oh boy, that's upsetting.
I'm gonna get hate mail from the Hayfies
because
during my first episode.
I probably have to see it.
Paddington Bear, yeah.
Well, I've got two nieces, so now I'm yeah.
So I love when my kids are like, I want to watch Sing. Like, absolutely. Because I mean, it's got the Taylor Swift in it, and like even Sing 2 has that one guy from that one band that we're not gonna name right now.
Oh yeah, I know.
Sorry, Brooke. Overrated. He's still, even though he's in one of my kids' favorite shows. Overrated.
Well, it's funny, that whole thing of putting our music into kids' film is brilliant.
Absolutely.
They did it with Shrek.
Yep.
Finding Nemo or whatever, all those. And it's brilliant.
Yeah.
Because kids love it because it's a good story.
Yep.
It's a good film. And then we love it because we get the joke. So it was good.
So we're talking about old music, which I've been thinking about this a lot lately. So here in Minnesota, we had a radio station called Cool 108. And when I was growing up, you would hear like The Lion Sleeps Tonight and like, a lot of old Elvis and some of the early Beatles stuff. And the other day I was flipping through channels, and for some stupid reason, I was like, I kind of want to hear some of that old. I'm okay. That's one too many olds. But I want to hear some of that original like 50s, 60s music. So I put on Cool 108, and it was Motley Crue, and it was Poison, and it was Queen. And don't get me wrong, like I absolutely love those bands, but like I feel so out of touch with that 50s, 60s, early 70s music. And I found out that probably 8 years ago, Cool 108 just shifted up like 2 decades. And now we don't have a radio station in our area that has that old music. And I'm like, what? Like all that,
why?
It's gone. Like,
why?
Why is that?
Because there ain't many of them left. Those,
Yeah.
Once the generations shift.
Yep.
That's what radio's doing.
Yeah.
That 80s stuff you were talking about, that's mine.
So you're 60. The oldies now.
Yeah.
Well, it was very reminiscent because like when I turned it on, I listened to it for a while before I put 2 and 2 together. But I mean, it was the music that like my dad was listening to when I would jump in his truck. And, back then parents didn't let the kids control the radio. So that's what I had to listen to. And that's too damn bad. We're going to ride around and we're going to listen to this stuff. And eventually I grew to love it. But at the same time, like, that's not what I want to listen to. 98, 97, 96, I wanted to listen to, No Doubt or, Violent Femmes or something like that.
You were in your discovery phase.
Yeah. Yeah. But at the same time, some of that old music and like, throwing on some old Queen song, like I'd be like, oh man, this is cool. Who is this? Oh, this is Queen. Like, Oh, who are they? Oh, he's been dead for a couple years now. Like, oh, okay, that's too bad. But you know, going back like that, there's a whole decade of music that's slowly disappearing, and unfortunately for many people, there's no way to get that. Fortunately for us, we're vinyl collectors, and a lot of that stuff is on vinyl if somebody took good care of it, which that's the hard part.
Yeah, I mean, I know a little bit about radio, because I was in radio for a while.
Okay.
I think you find, in the metropolitan area,
Mm-hmm.
they gotta stay with the time.
Yep.
They have to stay up with it. But, you get out where I am, we still have stations that play 60s and 70s and some 50s,
Yep.
because it's a community radio,
Gotcha.
and when I was a kid, it was AM radio,
Oh yeah.
and so, you could hear anything. You could hear Alice Cooper and then, John Denver,
Yeah.
like, back to back. It was just all over the place, and I knew them all.
Imagine going to that concert. Alice Cooper
Yeah,
opening for John
with
Denver.
or vice versa, yeah, whichever.
so so you were in radio back in the day.
Yeah, when I was a teenager,
Okay.
my last 2 years of high school, I worked, for the local FM station, and, I did a lot of overnights. So I'd go to school during the day
Yep.
and then, stay up all night.
Do you remember your call letters of the radio station and their tagline? Like when you jumped on the mic, what was the first thing you had to say?
Oh, yeah, it still exists. WTOS from the top of Sugarloaf Mountain, and it's the mountain of true rock.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah,
I actually was also an on-air DJ in
that's
2007
right.
for KCLD, today's hit music 1047 KCLD.
Yeah, you get the good voice.
I
That's why I didn't keep going.
had a lot of
I
practice.
I'm too, chattery, all over the place.
Oh,
Um, I'm better at sports.
oh yeah.
Yeah, I did some sports broadcasting.
Okay, play by play and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm much better, when I have sort of no script, you know.
So in high school, I was the DJ for our varsity hockey team. And when we made it to section championships, I knew the radio guy really well, because he was always up in the press box with us because that's where I DJ'd from. And so he's like, "Hey, do you want to come do color commentary?" And this is before I was even thought about KCLD, but I mentioned to him a couple times, like, "Hey, man, I would love to get in radio someday." Like that was always kind of an aspiration. So he's like, "Well, why don't you come do color commentary at this section game?" And I was like, "All right." We got there, and honestly, like the first 5 minutes, he introduced me, and on air, I'm like, he's like, I have Andy Lewis here, the DJ for the varsity boys hockey team. And I said, "Hi, everybody. Glad to be here." That was the last thing I said the whole freaking game.
That's it?
Stage fright, man. Like I locked up. I think at one point I literally did like, and I knew it too. Like it was probably 5 minutes into the game, and he like kind of nudged me, and
Uh,
I was like involved in watching the game, and I leaned at him and I'm like, "That's right, Jim."
that's perfect.
And then I noticed like the second period, he's like slowly turning down my microphone. And third period, it was all the way off, and I was just standing there like I totally failed that one. I know our little road trip to go see the Ninja Kids arena. We were both sitting in the car, and I think at one point, it got like a quietness, and then we both went almost at the same time, like, "Oh wait, we were talking about this." Like, let's pick up that story.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny because sometimes when we're in that situation, it's like, I haven't seen this guy in a year. Like, I'm trying to remember, like, what were we talking about? What were we doing? And, but, there's enough commonality,
Mhm.
between what we have for history
Yep.
and, this stuff behind us.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I love about the Daybreak House. It was Mindy, her family, so Hannah and I shouldn't say her family. So this year was Hannah and Samuel. And then we had Bud and Ginny, Bracky, and myself, all sharing a big house. And so we did it last year as well. But Howard was with Mindy instead of Hannah. Um, so last year was, I mean, it within a half hour, we were all basically like family. And the same thing happened this year. Like you picked us up at the airport. We met everybody back at the Daybreak House, and it was just like a year had not passed between us, you know.
Well,
And that's what I absolutely love about this group and the people that are in it. There was many conversations with people at the live auction that picked right up where we left off last year and just
well,
continued the conversation. So, um, yeah, that's what I love about this group. The in person is awesome. And that's another reason why when David asked me to do this, I was like, absolutely. I get to connect it with these people on a new level and learn a lot more stuff about them. And the main reason why I chose Bud as my first victim was just to continue that conversation that we started back in Utah.
yeah, you know, I think it's great that you guys are doing this, and I think it's great that, he's getting some help, you know? I love Dave, but he's got his hands in everything.
He is stretched
It's
thin
just
some days.
crazy. Oh, just crazy.
I mean, he does it to himself. I mean, David, I know you're going to watch this. Um, that whole
He'll edit
event,
this out.
he will. That whole event. I mean, hats off. I have my headphones on, otherwise I would. Hats off to David and Brooke for putting that whole auction together. Or that I should say the event together. Just the smallest things definitely shown, but definitely stretched thin a little. David's running around and at the end of the night, I mean, we got to talk to David after pretty much everybody left, and his biggest regret, I remember him saying, was I didn't get a chance to talk to everybody.
Right.
But that's just the way David is. He goes, there's no half speed with him. Everything
No, and
is go or go.
right, and was so busy.
Mhm.
I mean, I didn't talk to half the people,
Yeah.
and I I miss people that I really wanted to connect with,
Mhm.
but it happens. And, you know, that whole thing about being out there is every time I leave, I'm like, "Ah, I wanted to do this. I wanted to do that. I wanted to see this." And, so, that's a true measure of having a good time
Yeah.
when you don't wanna leave,
Yep.
you know?
Yeah, there was I mean, that weekend is just so packed full. Um, that yeah, when everything dwindles down, you're like, "Oh, I wanted to do 5 more other things," but
Yeah.
there was not much downtime. And the downtime we did
No.
have was everybody taking naps in the Daybreak House because we just needed an extra 1-hour nap so we could go out for another hike and, you know.
Yeah, at least one day there, I I basically just had to go away. I reach a wall now,
Mhm.
and I'm done for a couple hours.
I think it was just because you didn't wanna get in the hot tub with us with David Burleigh and do a tub tunes, but I'm gonna let you say that you hit a wall.
Well, I felt like it was unfair of me to show this physique. I'm in such good shape.
If you go
So
back
I
and watch
said,
those videos, that's why
guys,
I only took my socks off and I just put my feet in because I did not need people jealous of all of this, man.
yeah, it's hard enough with all these AI images of me.
Yeah, is the live music scene pretty hopping in Maine during the summer months?
Uh, no,
Oh, no? Okay.
no, unfortunately, we don't have big enough crowds.
Okay.
We get mid-major bands. You know, if they can draw 10,000 less, they can come here. Otherwise, you got to go to Mass.
Okay.
Got to go to Boston.
I thought you were saying we had to go to church quick. Like we have to go to
Mass.
mass.
Sorry. Yeah, Massachusetts.
All right, hold on. All right,
Yeah,
I think I remember how this goes. All right.
yeah, yeah. We don't go to Mass. Either one.
You know, okay. Okay.
I don't go to church on Sunday, and I don't go to Massachusetts on Sunday.
So you said that's a 2-hour drive. So I mean, it'd have to be a pretty big show
Yeah.
for you to want to drive 2 hours. Like for me, like the
Oh,
nearest large concert
to
venue
do a
for me.
weekend.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Yeah.
So like the biggest concert venue towards me, we have Target Center in Minneapolis. Then we have it's now the Grand Casino Arena. Grand Casino Arena in St. Paul. So the Twin Cities has 2 huge concert venues. I guess we also have US Bank, but that's the Vikings play there, and really that sucks for music. But that's for me, that's still 45 minutes. And the band has to be really damn good for me to drive 45 minutes and pay that much money. Whereas on the other side of me, we have this small little amphitheater now. I think it's only been around for like 3 years. It's called the Ledge Amphitheater in Waite Park. That's where I just saw Weird Al. I've seen Bare Naked Ladies, Guster, Blues Traveler, some awesome names. Nothing huge, but some
Well,
awesome names coming through there. That
that's what we get.
yeah, perfect.
Is and that's fine.
Yeah.
You just you're not gonna. Your favorite band, U2, is not coming here.
Oh shucks.
But but a lot of those, whatever you want to call it, next tier
Okay.
are
B
here.
Squad.
I mean, we'll get Elvis Costello occasionally,
Mhm.
something like that. We had Cake a couple of years ago.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Jack White was here this summer,
Okay.
but we're not going to get the big shows, and we don't get anything from September to June.
Okay.
Nobody wants to come here.
So
It's horrible.
the names that you listed, like I always joke like that's the casino tours.
Yeah.
The bands that can sell out a casino, but they're not going to play for free at a city park, and they're not going to sell out a huge stadium. I like to call those the casino bands.
We get a lot of nostalgia acts through too.
Yeah, absolutely.
REO Speedwagon,
Yep.
Chicago.
Yep.
They all put on good shows.
Absolutely. Yeah. So the Ledge just had Kansas last weekend.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I would go see Kansas. Like they're
Especially if you can see them in a place like that
Mhm.
for reasonable money.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean $40-$50 sometimes depending on what show it is. I know Earth,
it's
Wind
a
and
good
Fire
night
was
out.
there this year. Like
Love Earth, Wind and Fire.
again, like not top tier, it's not Garth Brooks, it's not Taylor Swift, but I mean,
No, but you go and you be like, oh my God, I know all these songs.
mhm. Yeah.
It's kind of like you just let yourself enjoy it.
Yeah.
It's just fun.
And like I said, nothing beats live music,
Yeah. Going to see Ziggy Marley Friday night. Going to New Hampshire for that.
Okay.
And then next weekend, Robert Cray, the blues guy. Right here in somewhere.
Over
I'll figure
yonder.
that out later.
Oh.
So I do get to see some shows.
Yeah. Very
I'm picky,
cool.
though,
You're picky?
because I don't want to. Yeah, I don't want to overpay.
Yep.
I don't want to have trouble parking. All this stuff. I'm a big proponent of these guys need to get their act together
Mhm.
and live stream their shows.
Yeah.
I would pay pay-per-view. That's me.
Yep.
Just like I do with sports. I watch them on TV. I don't want to go to the game anymore.
Yep.
I've been to a lot of ballparks. I'll go if I haven't been to the ballpark.
Mhm.
But otherwise than that, I like to watch it on TV.
Right. So I will say, like last year, I think it was Disney Plus put Taylor Swift's concert on Disney Plus, and my daughter and I, of course, watched most of it. And she's like, "Dad, can we go to a Taylor Swift concert?" I'm like, "No, we just did. Like,
Yeah.
how awesome is that? We got a full concert experience. We didn't have to stand in line. We didn't have to park. We didn't have to buy the overpriced merch. Like, yeah, I would
For her,
pay.
but for her, she's like, oh, the crowd,
Yeah.
the experience,
Yep.
and that's cool
Yeah.
when she gets old enough, you know.
When she gets old enough. Yeah, she's 5 right now. I'm not planning on taking her anytime soon, but
Right, right.
I'll take her to go see Taylor Swift when Taylor Swift comes to Grand Casino. Not the arena, but like the actual casino. When
Yeah, well, you know, give it another 6, 7 years, you know, and Trav's gotten fat,
Yep.
so she's gotten fat.
When she's
There
had
you
3
go.
kids, you know, and she's on that, hasn't written a new song. She's just living off of the old songs.
Right.
She comes around, has to go through the casino circuit. Yeah, I'll go take her to see her
Yeah.
then. I'm still waiting for Garth Brooks to do that. Like, I saw him live.
He's too busy killing people. You ever heard about this?
I did, yes. Yeah, him and Matthew Broderick were
Garth
driving
Brooks is a
around,
serial
right?
killer. Yeah, killing people.
Wait, you know, you've mentioned this before. You've mentioned this before. We were in Utah. What's your conspiracy theory? Let's hear it.
It's not mine. It's not mine. I can't own it. It's Tom Segura. Tom Segura came up with some cockamamie thing, and I don't remember it all. But basically, that every time Garth Brooks showed up somewhere, there was like people disappearing, and he had that whole alter ego thing where he was
Chris Gaines,
right? And you know, it's just like bizarro.
So I had to look it up.
But Garth Brooks has heard about it, and I don't think he's very happy about it.
I mean, I just looked it up. The AI overview. The rumor that Garth Brooks is a serial killer originated as a joke made by comedian Tom Segura and has no basis in fact. The conspiracy theory, which has gone viral online, claims that Brooks' tour dates correlate with missing persons across the country.
Right.
Chris Gaines' alter ego, adding to the online chatter. Some theorists have pointed out to Brooks' 99 rock alter ego Chris Gaines as an additional piece of evidence suggesting that it was a guise used for darker purposes. Gaines was was a one-off fictional character created for a movie that never materialized.
Yeah. You know, that whole thing fascinated me too. I mean, that Chris Gaines stuff was pretty good.
You know, I keep asking every once in a while for David to get me a Chris Gaines album, but he never pulls through. But I've looked it up, and I don't think it was
pretty hard to find.
Yeah, I think it was only released like for a very limited time. But having a Chris Gaines album would be pretty awesome. I'd be pretty happy with that.
I tell you, the music and the songs, they were good.
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah.
But it just seems so bizarre because it's out there and it didn't really get explained.
Yep.
And of course, there's this movie. Now, I want to see this movie.
Right?
I mean, what the hell?
According to this, it never happened.
They had for him to develop that character.
Yes.
They had to be quite a ways down the road in this.
Right.
So I don't know what happened.
It's in Capone's vault or something.
Yeah. Well, it's Epstein had it.
So since we're speaking on conspiracy theories, the two that I love, and one I wasn't around for it, so I'm not saying whether I believe it or not. The second one, which we'll get to, I totally believe, and I'm a firm believer. So first one, it's more your age. Paul McCartney. What's your take on the, I guess the rumor is that he passed away in a car accident, was replaced,
right.
And then John wasn't happy about that, so then put all the evidence, the Paul is Dead, the Abbey Road cover. So what are your thoughts, and do you believe that conspiracy theory?
I don't believe it.
Okay.
Um, however, I think that they, were just grasping at straw. These guys were so big, and they couldn't get any privacy.
Hmm.
They couldn't get any relief, so they started just messing with everybody. And I think that that's kind of the stuff that they would do. Now, if I was really mad or really upset
Hmm.
that my friend, my bandmate had died, I'd just come out and say it. I wouldn't record it backwards on a record, or whatever, or make a guy walk around with no shoes on, you know. Um, plus, I mean, so that would mean that there's a guy out there now who's been doing this for 50 some odd years.
Hmm.
I mean, who's he doing it for now? Ringo? I mean, the other guys are all dead.
He's doing it for the money. I mean,
Well, that may be true.
once he's the last surviving Beatle, then all that money comes to him.
Well, he's got too many kids. He's got all those kids.
True. He's got to keep them well fed.
Never have kids.
Too late. So the other one that was
Take my
more
advice.
my time was the Avril Lavigne one, and basically same scenario. Avril Lavigne.
I hadn't heard that until you said it
Okay.
to me. So tell it again because I'm
Yeah.
not really up on it.
So I don't know. I haven't dug into this one for a while, but Avril Lavigne, basically something happened to her. I don't remember what it was. But there was a lookalike that was part of her entourage or something, and I want to say her name is Melissa. She quickly replaced Avril Lavigne. And if you look at like Avril Lavigne from Let Go, to the next album, or maybe it's 2 albums later, their looks are different. Their sound is different. She
Hmm.
like, if you watch early interviews with Avril Lavigne, she's like, I'm never going to sell out my music. I'm not going to be this bubblegum princess. And then, that's when Let Go was out. So it was like Complicated and Skater Boy, and that was her style. And then, you know, in interviews, I'm never going to sell out. This isn't the way it's going to be. I make my own music. And then, hey, you, I don't like a girlfriend. Like, that's on the next album. And it was just like, that's not Avril. Like, doesn't sound like
Yeah.
her, doesn't look like her anymore. The eyes are different. So yeah, there's
Wow.
many people who think that she has been either the original Avril is still out there and was just replaced, or something happened and they replaced her. So yeah, that's one to go down the rabbit hole. But
Well,
definitely,
that one's interesting to me because I'm not familiar, one.
yep.
But for people to say it doesn't look like her,
Mm-hmm.
and attitude has changed, that kind of stuff, that's pretty odd.
Yeah.
Whereas with the Paul thing, that guy, I mean, if that was an imposter, he looks just like him. Still.
Well, I mean,
And
looking back,
he's performed
yeah.
all over the world.
So looking back, there is a Beatles album cover where they all have the mop top. I couldn't tell you which one was John, Paul, George, or Ringo. Like, I would not be able to tell them apart. So
Yeah.
to find a replacement, I think would be pretty easy. Just get another British guy and throw a mop top on him for a couple months, and then they go through their drastic metamorphosis to become who they are, and it's already too late.
Well, they all look a lot different, or did, in say 68 than
Mhm.
they did in 65.
Yeah.
I mean, pretty radical.
Yes.
The long hair, the beards, which
glasses.
was the first time musicians really did that.
Mm-hmm.
Started changing their look, their outfits.
Yeah, not wearing suits
Right.
anymore. Yes.
They
Yep.
went away from all that. And they were able to do it. Whereas later bands tried to do that, and people wouldn't buy it.
Yep.
People wouldn't buy when Kiss took masks off, or Hanson tried to go from being kids to just being guys with long hair and
Yep.
wanting to play.
Yep.
They wouldn't allow it.
Yeah. There's something about Kiss without their masks and makeup, though. Like, I feel like they grew such a huge reputation because of their showmanship, because of the makeup,
Right.
that when they pulled it off and they stripped everything down, the showmanship wasn't there anymore.
It wasn't right.
Yeah, the theatrics were gone, and that's what built them.
Right.
But still good music. I missed an opportunity. I won tickets to go to a Kiss concert, and I didn't go. This is probably 10 years ago now.
Be a spectacle.
I still regret it to this day because it was like good seats. I want to say it was in the first 5 rows, and I didn't go. And I still kind of kick myself in the butt for not going.
Yeah, I haven't seen a lot of bands like that, just because I wasn't into that style,
Mhm.
and bigger shows, I just wasn't interested. But if I mean, the ones I did go to, I always had a good time.
Yep.
It's just when you realize afterwards that you really didn't get to see much. I saw AC/DC this year with my nephews,
Mhm.
and we saw them at Gillette where the Patriots play.
Yep.
I might as well have stayed home. I mean, I couldn't make out anything,
Yeah. Yep.
but it was the spectacle.
Yep.
It was a thing.
I get selling 60,000 tickets to one event is very profitable, but there is something to be said about these awesome bands playing in sports arenas where it sucks acoustically. And for people who like music and appreciate the music of it, is completely ruined because of that.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's too bad there are certain acts. That's the only way you're going to see them.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you want to see Billy Joel now? You got to go to a place like that.
Yep. Yep.
Because he's not going to play a small show.
Yeah. Yeah. You want to see Taylor Swift in the next 10 years? It's going to be at one of those arenas. I was lucky enough when I did see Garth Brooks, it was at a basketball arena, so at the Target Center. And I was only 20 rows back. So
that's nice.
I was kind of in a sweet spot. Like, I feel like anytime you're on the floor, it's not a bad place to be. Because the sound booth is on the floor. So they're mixing it for themselves. When I saw My Chemical Romance, I was on the side of the stage in the hockey arena, and I love My Chemical Romance, and I saw them once while I was on the floor. Awesome show. When I was up on the sides, completely changed. And towards the end of the show, I was like, probably could have skipped that one. Probably could have left that one be. So.
Yeah. Unfortunately, if I go to a venue and get burned like that,
Mm-hmm.
I won't go back. I won't go back to the venue.
Yep.
Because, like you said, I mean, I want to hear it.
Mm-hmm.
I can look at a picture of any of these stars. I don't want to look at a picture. I want to hear it. I want to see it. I want to be able to hear what they say.
Yep.
Which, you go to some of these places and all it's Charlie Brown, right? Wah, 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 wah.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, that's why I will never see Linkin Park again. I saw Linkin Park twice, and it was the same as just throwing the CD on and listening to the CD front to back and then turning off your car and getting out. There was zero interaction with the crowd, zero fun. It was literally just, here's our song. I think one time they were like, "What's up, Minnesota?" That was it.
Like, well, at least they got it right.
They did say Minnesota. Yes.
Hello, Cleveland.
So we have the worst time, like if you're in Minneapolis, so if you're at the Target Center, that's Minneapolis. If you're in the XL Energy Center, which is now called the Grand Casino Arena, you're in St. Paul. So many times I've been in Minneapolis at Target Center. They're like, "What's up, Twin Cities?" Like, actually, you're in Minneapolis. Or, "What's up, Minneapolis?" Nope, you're in St. Paul because we're at XL Energy Center. So, that's why I love it when artists now are just calling out your state. Like, I'm in Minnesota. What's up, Minnesota?
Well, if you go to Gillette, where the Patriots play,
Mm-hmm.
and see somebody, it's always, "Hey, Boston." It's like an hour from Boston.
Right.
It's in a little stupid town.
This ain't Boston. Go back.
This ain't Boston.
Try it again.
Yeah.
I will say, when we were at the Weird Al concert, I noticed, so we were standing on the side of the stage for a short time, and I looked down kind of in front of Al, and there's a big banner that said Waite Park, Minnesota. So that whatever artist
he was being prompted.
Well, I'm sure it's always there, but yes. So whatever artist is on stage, they can just be like, "What's up, Waite Park? Hey, I got it right."
Yeah.
So
wow.
Well, cool. Looks like we got a plenty of video here recorded for our first Coast to Coast podcast. So let's close it out. Unlike David recording at 9:00 in the morning, we're actually recording at night. So it's 9:30 my time, which means it's 10:30 Bud's time. After dark. Absolutely. So let's close this out.
Does that mean I can say all the swear words?
Man, we've been after dark for the last hour and a half. You could have said them all.
Well, let me put on George Carlin.
Let's do it. How do you get booted out of your podcast on your first episode? Let me tell you how. There we go.
There you go.
We'll see if
I can't believe you called me that.
Oh, we'll see if David bleeps that out later. So
probably be the only thing he keeps.
It's gonna be his ringtone from here on out. Why don't you close things off? Just give us one nugget, one album, one band, just one piece that if you are going to the record store in the next week, and you as in the Daybreak community. So if the Daybreak community is going to the record store in the next 2 weeks, so between now and when I return with another podcast, what should we be on the lookout for?
Two things that are out right now that I'm liking. One is Wet Leg. The album's called Moisturizer, I think.
Oh,
I love that stuff. It's great.
Sounds like the day I had today.
And the other album is by that girl group, Haim. I Quit is the album.
Okay.
Pretty good, both of them.
Awesome. All right. Well, you heard it. You're looking for Wet Leg and Haim, everybody, when you're out.
Both girl groups.
Cool. So when you're out at your record stores, look for those. They have the Bud guarantee on them, which means if you don't like it, that's too damn bad. Bud said so.
Right.
Or
I'm not taking it off your hand.
Yeah, something like that. I mean, if you don't like it, send it to David, put it on consignment, and I'll buy it because now I kind of want to listen.
Let's be honest. If you don't like it, you have bad taste. Because everybody knows I don't.
There you go. I love it. Well, Bud, thank you so much for being on the first episode, my first episode of the Daybreak After Dark. I appreciate you. Love you, brother.
Love you too, man.
Very, very thankful and blessed for all the fun times we've had together, and can't wait for the next one.
It's only a year away.
Only a year away. Or maybe, maybe a month if I can't find another guest. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We could just keep doing this.
Why not?
I'll try to come up with some more material.
We'll talk about our old DJing days.
There we go.
All right. Everybody, we'll see you back in a couple weeks, and we will see you on the next one.